Hi everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Animal Crossing New Horizon. I'm Nye. Today is March 27th, it's 11:21 a.m., and as soon as the game stops loading its intro screen again, we'll go ahead and get started. I'm actually kind of curious what's going to happen today, given that the resident services is closed. As you can see, it is under construction. Hello everyone, this is Tom Nook. It's 11:21 a.m. this happy Friday, March 27th, 2020. As I mentioned yesterday, Resident Services is closed today due to construction. I realize this may be a bit of an inconvenience, but I promise the island will be better for it. You'll see. As you can imagine, I'll have my paws full today with the Resident Services construction. I'll be getting back to that now. Have a good day, everyone. Apparently nothing else going on today. That's okay. I tried to do some, I guess you'd consider it farming last night, gathering money so we can get kind of the next upgrade to our house kind of squared away. It worked to a lesser or greater extent. There's a number of fish that I just do not seem to be able to get. That's fine. We'll figure it out. There's our money tree location. Go ahead and take care of that soon. Lots of fruit I get to collect today, I think. And as you can see, I did some work. Didn't have any suggested topic to talk about today, so I think today I want to talk about kind of an interest of mine as soon as we deal with Timmy and Tommy here. Let's go ahead and sell. So let's see. I got so many horse mackerel, I can't even tell you. They were everywhere, effectively falling from the sky. Like, it got ridiculous last night. Could not get rid of them. 12,000 bells, I'll take it. Okay, let's get some more. So I'm fascinated with mythology. From all over the place. Like, it's not any one singular mythology that gets my attention more than others. I love them all. All kinds of cultures. Not necessarily just the mythology of the source, origin myths, origin tales. They're definitely very interesting and very cool, but those aren't the only things that exist. It's always interesting to hear kind of the background that people come up with about, the supposed source of life or the source of things that happen. Let's sell some more. It may be something as simple as, ooh, 38,000 bells. That's a number I like. What do we got here? We have a glass holder with candle. Sure. We have a knife block. I already have that, so we're not going to worry about that. We have a garbage bin. I think I might already have one of these, but let's pick it up anyways. Is it a go set? Oh, go board. Okay. Neat. Let's go pick it up. It might be something as simple as the concept of death from the Discworld novels. That's a mythology in and of itself, right? Death, the Four Horsemen. Especially some of these, I hesitate to call them universal mythologies because they're not quite, as universal as the term would make it sound. But, ooh. That's from all of those stars I wished on. I wished on an awful lot of stars last night. So we'll kind of see how those go. Star fragments. You found it! You found it! I was walking around yesterday picking up DIY stuff, and I came up with a great recipe. It's real easy. My head was stuck in my shirt, and I still did the DIY. I hope you make it too. Captain Biscuit Tea Crafter. A log wall-mounted clock. But, I don't think necessarily the concept of death as a, skeleton wrapped in a, wrapped in a black robe with a scythe is, necessarily universal. But humans seem... This sounds like a sea bass. Yep. Humans are just... We just come up with kind of similar ideas for these, excuse me, for these kind of everyday concepts. Death absolutely being one of them. And I'm just fascinated with it. I think for me, though, it's not so much the fact that we come up with kind of, I guess, storyline descriptions that explain away things that happen in life. It's not just so much that as it is what the stories are. I don't know, I mean, yes, we have, Death, who's a scary skeleton with a scythe. But, again, kind of reaching back to, Terry Pratchett lines and things like that, because I'm so often want to do that. But if you think about, I think it came from Reaper Man, I think is the book. But if you think about Death, Death has to, care about humanity. Because if he doesn't, why would he be so careful to, to reap us? Death uses a sickle or a scythe. It's a very personal instrument. That's not the type of implement that kind of lends itself to, to mass reaping, right? Like, you're taking out small groups at best, small swaths. But it's not, you compare something like a scythe to, a combine harvester or something like that. Again, taking examples directly out of the book, but, that's a very impersonal way to go. And, to be fair, back when, the concept of death originally came about as a skeleton plus scythe, and man, I cannot stop yawning. As, going back to where that originally probably came from, there wasn't, a combine harvester back at that time. But again, it's a very personal, very, individual sort of thing. But you go and you look around at the various, yeah, I don't want to reach to religion as an example of this, but you look at, the various mythologies. We look at, the Greeks. We look at the Norse. You end up having these very interesting stories that go around. And what I find both fascinating and fantastic is that as we move on in, in reality, and as we gradually discover more and more about life, we end up seeing less reason for mythology in actual life. But what's fantastic is that the writers who come up with stories for, video games, books, movies, they have to come up with a mythology all their own. So they're doing no less of work. And so we're seeing these kind of fascinating, mythological setups going on elsewhere. I think this got brought up partly because, of all the Dresden I've been reading, because you have the, mythologies of various gods, of, the spirit realm. There's a lot of things that are brought up there. We have some combination of, like, Shakespeare in there. There's a lot of stuff brought up in those novels. But you kind of combine those, and it's kind of amazing how these mythologies are brought into that story. I just finished reading a series of romance novels. Very, very light reading. These these novels are not going to challenge you. But a series of novels called The Servants of Fate by an author, Sarah Fine. And I'll warn you that if you do choose to go read these, they're not bad. Again, not high literature, but not bad. Fairly enjoyable. They are fairly not safe for work, so kind of keep that in mind. There is some very explicit descriptions of things in those books. But the mythology set up on how death and fate work together is absolutely fascinating. You know, it's the story goes into this fairly early, so I'm not going to really spoil anything by saying that it, oh, what's this? Is that a different one? That is, it's an Ares fragment. Okay. Basically goes into how, and I think this comes directly out of Greek mythology, maybe? How you have Atropos, Clothos, and Lycurgus, something like that, who are three goddesses, basically goddesses of fate. One creates the thread of life, one weaves the tapestry of fate, and one harvests the threads when people are meant to die. And then it goes on to have one kind of solitary immortal man. Whenever a death happens, it's his job to reap the soul. And then he pushes the soul to a fairy, which is I guess, a family of people. And it's the fairy's job, F-E-R-R-Y, so ferryman. It's the fairy's job, led by the leader of the family, the Charon. So, you know, again, we're kind of reaching back to that Greek mythology there. But it's their job to actually find the soul in what is effectively the world between, and usher them to the appropriate afterlife. And it's a very interesting concept, a very interesting combination of you know, known mythology along with a fair amount of artistic interpretation to allow us to have this very kind of distinctly different way of interpreting mythology, and that mythology based on just this basic thing of life, death, fate, how they interact. Hey, Boone, let's give you a thing. I have a fish for you. Here you go. You can have a sea bass. Is that a sea bass? Thanks, I'll take good care of it. Having it around might help me with my dolphin kick. Do you want these 520 bells? Darn, I was really hoping he'd actually give me something a little bit more interesting than bells. Actually, I want to go into his house. I want to see what he did with the last thing I gave him. I don't know, we'll take a look. I'm fascinated. Partially because I really like the, you know, the ideas of, okay, Renee's out and about. Let's go find her. Oh, I should have checked. I have potentially earned a bunch of Nook miles from stuff I did earlier today. So let's go take a look. Let's see if we can figure out what I got. So we had, Faint of Heart. This island is home to creepy crawlers that would make anyone lightheaded. Maybe wielding a net will make you less likely to faint. So I got jumped by a tarantula last night. Risen Phoenix. It's the first one I've seen. I was not able to catch it, unfortunately. So when it attacked me, I ended up fainting. It's raining treasure. So this is for popping a number of balloons. Atmospheric floaty thing. I like it. Wishes come true. Yep, I wished 47 times last night. Wishful Legend, which is why we found so many stars. I spent a while doing it. Okay. Oh. I hear it. Where is it? It's up here somewhere. Ah. Hello, gorgeous. Oh. Not there? Here? Not what I wanted. Okay, wait a second. Now? Now. Oh, hello. More Nook Miles. Wonderful. I think there's something that fascinates me about effects rack. Okay. There's something that fascinates me about how we rationalize things that happen, how we look for a narrative. Nook Miles for Nook Miles. Novice rookie. Maybe it's not even rationalization, because if we really think about it, like the modern day, modern day humanity, we're not really rationalizing anything, right? We're coming up with a narrative. And the narrative, I think, is what fascinates me. The stories that we come up with to explain. Brings me here. Do you want this? What am I going to give her? Let's give her the glass holder with candle. A glass holder with candle? Whoa, cool. Seriously, Nye, you know exactly what to get me. I'm gonna need to clean up a little before I show this off. It looks so rad. Yo, yo, yo. Oh, okay. I've always been fascinated with origin stories, with mythology, with explanations of why things are the way they are. Perhaps it's, perhaps it's just me wanting to know, why are things the way they are. But, oh, I gotta go make another shovel. But I think it's combined with the concept of these really interesting ways to explain. I've had an inkling to go play Yokai Watch, because Yokai Watch is based around all of these spirits that, my understanding is they come out of Japanese culture, though I don't know how true that is. But it's based around all these spirits that are explanations for why things are the way they are. A spirit of anger, that's the reason why people get angry over such and such a thing. It's fascinating, And the various ways people do come to create these. It does, in, no small way, make me wonder, how did you come up with such an idea? What urge, what urge? How did you come up with the concept of, Old Man Winter, or, Jack Frost? To come up with some stupid ideas off the top of my head. Recycled can thumb piano. Oh, neat. Okay. Where's that wand? That's what I want to see. What the wand that got the recipe for? There it is. Star wand. I need a large star fragment and a bunch of small star fragments. I did not get a large star fragment. Aw. Damn. Get some neat stuff in here, though, that we can make now. Sort alphabetical, order obtained, series. We can't make a pan flute, but I probably could if I tried. Wooden fish. Oh, hey, I used to have one of those. Music stand. Cardboard sofa. Lily record player. I think I got this one off stream. Not recording. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something fascinating about how people explain things. And I think what I... Oh, no, I need to actually... Oh, no. I think it makes it even more fascinating when you actually have a grounding, I guess, you know, in a fantasy realm, or maybe not even fantasy, but in a fiction realm, I guess, where your description of how it works can actually be the true description, you know? Do not bury. Put it away. Pull out 10,000. Bury the 10,000. There we go. I mean, it's so cool where these origin stories can actually be real. And I love playing with the concept. It's something I've brought up in multiple stories I've written in a couple of, you know, D&D campaigns I've run. I already did that one. What rock have I not done yet? Still missing a couple fish. But there's so much mythology that you can go dig into. It's all over the place. Pretty much every culture has something. Something that you can go dig into, and so much of it that you'd be hard-pressed to ever, you know, to ever really understand. And then you gotta understand is that, you know, the mythologies that we create, they're not even a small thing. It's not even a thing that's, you know, dedicated to just, you know, creation or thunder. We create myths out of people, you know? And it might not even be, you know, there are things that actually happened, right? So if you go think about stories that grow in the telling. You know, Teddy Roosevelt being, you know, shot in the middle of a speech, and just continuing on with the speech, you know, as if there was nothing to it. My gathering is that this actually happened. Like, this is a documented event. But what I wonder is, did he actually just shrug it off, or was there more to it than that, you know? Maybe not even that. Maybe if you think about, you know, who is it? God, I hate horse mackerel so much. Who was it? Dean Martin, who drove the spider, the cursed car. Live fast, die young. Is it possible that somewhere someone actually knows the truth of that drive, exactly how, you know, Dean Martin died, and maybe, you know, it's not so much that all of this stuff did revolve around that car, it's just someone wanted a bigger story. It's the stuff I wonder about, you know? And, you know, there's definitely a significant chance that, yeah, it did actually happen that way. But, you know, I mean, not anything significant, that might just be the case. But, you know, we romanticize it. We build up. So I'm kind of curious, and this goes, I guess, into the psychology of it, is why do we, you know, as people, why do we look for the romance in these stories? Why do we look for, and I mean romance in the more, like, literary sense, not the I love you sense. Why do we look for, But why do we look for those epic tales, the legends in the making sort of thing? We look for things to be larger than life. And what I'm curious about is why that might be. Something bigger than ourselves. Something I'm curious about. And again, it leads to great tales, and I'm a lover of narrative. So that's, I say as I play a game that has zero narrative whatsoever. Okay. Fossils. And, okay, so I'll be able to sell some of these. I mean, it even gets to a point where people come up with, they come up with narratives where narratives don't exist. They come up with, you know, even in video games, you know, it's the concept of fan fiction, right? Where something doesn't exist, where a narrative does not actually exist at all, but the fans, the people who, you know, love the story, they love the background, they'll actually come up with their own background, their own description, their own, you know. Oh, what's up, Boone? There's some kind of scary rustling sound coming from behind you. There's just some paper stuck to you. Huh. Guess my reactions are on overdrive. Just want to teach you how to show everyone distress. Quit staring. I'm serious. Okay. Apparently, I can now be distressed. Not sure why I'd want to be distressed, necessarily, but, you know. Let's go put some stuff away and then go actually check my mail. Who knows, there may be actual interesting stuff in there. Let's see. I guess I'm going to put this stuff in storage because I didn't actually get what I was looking for. I didn't get the big one. Let's put the effects... Oh. Wait. What? It's not something that goes on a wall? Oh. Okay. That thing's large. God, I have so much stuff in here. So let's put more in. I have so much in the way of, like, supplies that I'm not currently using. Garbage bin, go board. We'll go ahead and sell some more stuff. Okay, let's go check our incoming items here. But yeah, I don't know. Do you guys? Okay, so I think I've mentioned this before on a previous episode, but I have you know, a personal favorite myth, right? So we got KK Condor, the Hello T, well, the Hollow T, Plain Cap. Oh, I already bought a garbage can. Whoops. And an elephant slide. So I have a favorite myth of mine. The reason why the coyote, you know, howls the moon. And it's something I heard years and years and years ago. But I think one of the reasons I love it is that I had a speech class once upon a time where I actually registered into the class late for a variety of reasons. And the day I got in there was the day they were supposed to be doing a new, turning in an assignment. And the assignment was that they were supposed to learn a story and tell the story in front of the entire class without notes. Or to tell it in front of the entire class. I'm not sure about without notes, but... Okay. So here's the Hollow T. The Plain Cap. Nice. Cool stuff. And so I just so happened to remember the story. And I had read the story years before. It's something I've known for a bit. But, you know, I said, okay. You know, I don't mind. Oh, did not do that. I don't mind taking a turn. And, you know, the teacher was going to let me, you know, kind of skip on this because I legitimately had not been in the class. So there was no reason I should, you know, be expected to take the assignment. But I said, I'll go ahead and do it. And I told the story of why the coyote housed the moon. And, you know, the story goes that the coyote one night was thirsty and went to drink from a still pond. And in the pond, the coyote saw the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. He saw, didn't look all that black, but okay. He saw the moon and the moon's reflection in the pond. And upon looking up, realized that the moon was a real, that's a tiger butterfly, right? Yeah. I'm still on the lookout for an emperor butterfly. Oh, whoops. So happy to see you, Toasty. Let's chat. I try to be a good listener. You can talk to me anytime, Toasty. Oh, okay. What's going on? What's the latest? This is perfect laundry doing weather, if you ask me. This morning alone, I must have washed 5 loads. That's a lot of laundry. I'm trying to get to know the community better. That's why I've been going around asking everyone questions lately. I've read that the right questions can reveal someone's personality. With that in mind, are you into comics? What kind do you like? Comics? Fantasy. Those are the best kind of stories. Magic swords, sorcery, dragons. It's also romantic and exciting. I think my favorite ones are where someone finds a hidden fantastic kingdom was right there all along. Okay. It's a pretty legit type of comic. The coyote looked up and saw the moon was a real thing and came to the conclusion that it just had to go meet her. Oh my gosh, welcome! What's the latest? Don't Friday nights make you want to hang out and party with everyone? I just have to decide on a theme. A costume party. Everyone in their costumes, no idea who they're talking to. Well, there's only like 8 of us, so. Do I look like a celebrity in this striped maxi dress or what? I'm gonna wear this for a bit. Need to get used to high fashion if I'm gonna be a world famous pop star. Okay. Welcome to my palace. I filled it full of all the things that make me H-A-P-P-P-Y happy. Yep, 3 Ps. Feel free to look at all my fab stuff and validate my life choices. Yeah, I am looking at your stuff and validating your life choices. Oh, forced life, okay. I wonder what's inside. Let's take teeny time to peek. There's nothing in here. You don't store anything in your... Huh. So the coyote decided to go meet the moon. And it went all across the world, all across the south, looking for furniture and other pieces that would help it build a tower to meet her. And it built, and it built, and it built. And eventually, upon building all the pieces together, it built a tower capable of reaching the moon. And the coyote began to climb. But it hadn't paid much attention to the weather. And due to all the weather, due to all the wind and the rain and all of the nonsense going on that night, the coyote's movements destabilized the tower and caused the tower to collapse, causing all of the furniture the coyote had gathered to tumble and spread, and end up spreading all over the southeast. The fall also ended up cracking the coyote strongly on the noggin, and left it injured to a point where it would never again be able to climb. And so, okay. Hi, Melba. I just wanted to say that I really appreciate your stopping by on my first day here to say hello. And hey, I finally finished unpacking, so I'm freed up to chat and hang out any time. Oh, before I forget, the reason I flagged you down is that I wanted to give you a gift to celebrate us being neighbors. Just something to mark the start of what I hope is a lifelong friendship. Oh, thank you. It's something popular back home, a bottled ship. My original home, I mean. I know this is my home now. Oh, that's nice. So the coyote every night, night after night, looks up at the sky, looks up at the moon, and cries, knowing that it will never be able to go see it in person. And that is why the coyote howls at the moon. And again, it's the romanticism of the story that really grabs my attention. You know? It's not just... God, the cans everywhere. It's not just the, you know, the story and the background and the personification of characters, but it's just, this is a small thing that happens in life, and we seek a reason, which I find fascinating. I am curious if you guys, you know, are into mythology, and also if you are, watch my step. What are you doing? Making me some medium cardboard boxes. One of the bugs in the floor whispered the DIY instructions in my ear while I was sleeping last night. So I gotta build it before I forget what it even is. Check it out. Plans for some medium cardboard boxes. I can teach if you want. Please teach me. Got it all scribbled down, so just read this. But I'm curious if you guys, you know, are you guys into myths as much as I am? And if you are, what is your favorite? Let me know. I'm kind of curious. I'd like to expand my knowledge. I want to chat. Let's play a game. Pick a color, and I'll tell you what food you're most like. Gold. That means you're like, what's a real yummy gold food? Something everybody loves. I know. Since you like gold, you'd be a durian. So yummy. Smelly too, but I love smells. Okay. You were way in the fishing zone yesterday, weren't you? You were catching fish super fast. I was watching and it made my tummy grumble. Huh. This outfit's great. A raglan tee looks good no matter what. Snack dust, grape soda, bug dirt, fish slop, nose glop. This outfit goes with everything. Wow. You got problems. Now, it looks like we're gradually getting to the point in the game where, you know, 30 minutes is enough to do what we're intending to do. To kind of take care of all the daily nonsense. I mean, I've got a fair amount of money I have to gather, so that's always going to be a thing. And that requires a fair amount of time to be put into the game. But just kind of knocking out the daily stuff. Nice and peaceful. I need to go get some fish bait and come back up here. I need some fish that are only available on the actual cliff. And for some reason, fish do not seem to be spawning up here quite as much as I would like them to. Got a pale chub. I don't believe I needed that. There's a lot of ocean fish I still need. One normal river fish, the nibblefish. Which sounds like it's actually fairly hard to get. That looks green. That's not black. Stop lying to... Ew. It was warm when I sat down here. Another sign that spring's arrived. Looks pleasant. So I think I'm just going to end up fishing for a while. You know, on my break from work. Stop giving me loaches. I don't want or need them. I wonder if eventually I'll be able to buy bait. That'd be rather convenient. Maybe I should go check. Maybe I can, and I've never noticed. I don't think I need any of those. And 11,000 bells. Not bad. Not good, but not bad. What do we got? Yeah, you got medicine, but you don't have any fish bait. Okay. I'm not really seeing any walls or anything I'm particularly interested in. Okay. So yeah, let me know about what myths you're interested in. I'm kind of curious. What you follow. Or even if there's not a specific myth that you're interested in, but there's a specific culture who has a mythology that you like, let me know. I'm always on the lookout for more that I can go investigate. I think that's a reasonably good way to learn about a culture, or at least their background, by seeing, you know, what's in it. Especially when it's combined with activities or celebrations. Oh, I didn't even go farther up here. Ooh, maybe I will find a large piece. Is that a large piece up there? It looks like that might be. And I would like to make that wand. Is this a large piece? It is. Nice. Okay, well, let's go craft that. That is fine by me. Also, what's my Nook Miles? Oh, yeah, I talked to my neighbors. I'm a neighborly kind of person. So peaceful. Need to be on the lookout for an emperor butterfly, but I'm not 100%. Ooh. You're rather large, and you're probably a sea bass, but I still have to try. Then we got an olive flounder. Not what I wanted, but not a bad thing either. There's a couple of large fish that I'm actively on the lookout for. Man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Either I'm talking too much, or... I mean... I don't think it's lack of sleep, so before you ask. Also, what is with all of these fish that go for the instant bites? Like, it's amazing. Normally they poke at you a little bit more first. Okay, if this is a rock. Nope, it's yet another sea butterfly. I keep on trying for the small ones, so I'm hoping we're going to get an anchovy. Hasn't happened yet. Man, that one teased. Oh, it's a red snapper, and that's worth a lot. I love the metallic glint off its scales. It's very pretty. You, be an anchovy. Come on. Do not be a horse mackerel. What is with all this trash? Who is trashing my island? Yeah, great. God, I need stronger stuff that lasts longer. This stuff breaks too fast. nuggets. And there's that bottled ship. Okay, well, I think the last thing I guess we're going to do is we're going to go create that wand and figure out what that's all about. Oh, whoops. One less use of that. Move that to pockets. I don't know how many I need, but this music reminds me of the forest, jungle, city in Skies of Arcadia, whose name is currently escaping me. Okay. There it is. I have a star wand. Okay, what does the star wand do? It's a tool. You haven't registered any outfits. Okay. Okay, it's a tool. Is it a breakable tool? You can now use your closet to edit wand outfits. If you use the Edit Wand Outfits option to create outfits, you can later switch into them using a wand. Using a wand outfit is considered a transformation rather than actually changing your clothes. What you're wearing underneath the transformation will not change. Ooh. That's kind of neat. Ooh. The look on my face. Oh my god. This is fun to watch. Do I have a better coat? Oh, I can make one, that's right. Any good hat? I don't have a particularly good hat. Nope, that looks terrible. I can dig that though. What do you mean I have no bags? What about the bag I'm wearing right now? No! Damn it! I pressed the wrong button. It was that, with that. Okay, so press the button. Neat. That is the silliest damn thing, but that's so cool. Okay. I dig it. Okay, y'all. That's gonna be it for me. Apparently I need a nap. I'm gonna go take care of some other things. I will watch you guys later, talk to you guys later, things like that. Let me know about those myths that you like, or if you have any other comments, do leave them in the comment section. I read every single one of them, and I try to respond to them if I can. I'll talk to you guys next time.